Everybody, Moy here from Soriano Farm. So today's the day. We have 24 chickens here that we're going to be butchering today. We're going to harvest 24. We started with 25. Unfortunately, we lost one. But yeah, today's the day. The process starts right here. Well, we'll go and pick them up from the chicken tractor that's over there. And then we'll put them in right here and drop their heads through there. And as we cut it off, we'll just go ahead and put the bucket there. Then we have our water here. This water is at 150 degrees. We have a thermometer here verifying the temperature. After that, this bad boy right here, shout out to my grandson Nathaniel, who went halvesies with us. He does a lot of duck hunting, so we use it together. Anyway, so yeah, so we have the plucker here where it'll pluck them for us. Be careful with that. If you leave it in it too long, it actually starts tearing the skin. We found that out last year. And here's our trash for any trash that we have. Here's our process table. We have our water here, and all of the things that we're going to save, like our hearts and gizzards and the livers, we save those. A dear friend of ours makes dog food for her dogs with that, so shout out to Sue. You'll be getting some here pretty soon. Then we dip them in this right here, which is water with vinegar, cold water with vinegar, and that helps clean up a little bit any microbios, how do you say that? Any germs or any such thing like that. And then right here is our ice water, and we'll be putting them in this ice water to chill them out and get them down to temperature. And then on this table right here, and with this burner back here, we'll be wrapping them, shrink wrapping them for storage. Then we'll put them in the refrigerator for a day, and then tomorrow we'll actually put them into the freezer. So yeah, the process is starting here in a minute. Throughout the process, we'll have a few times. We have our trusty helper over here. Oh yeah, look at that. She's got work boots on. She's all serious. We're gonna do this. So it's the Mo Laura show today. We're gonna enjoy this, and we'll get on each other's nerves, and we'll hug each other, and then we'll make up, and then we'll get stuff done. But when it's a frantic day like this, sometimes it's hard. But here we go. We're gonna get going. And this video is to kind of help others be inspired to do the same. We started off our first year with 15 chickens. 12 of them made it, and three of them died before we got to butcher day. So we processed 12, and that was our first year. Then last year we did 26 chickens. This year we're doing 24, and I think for us that's a pretty good process. And I just want to encourage you. Maybe it's only 5 that you could do, but I want to encourage you to use this process. It's a very simple process. It's all these things are pretty much here. If you don't have a plucker, that's fine. Hand plucking is good too. But I just want to encourage you, raise some meat chickens and go through the process of life with these animals that you enjoy as a meal. All right, Moy from Soriano Farms. Yeah, so here we're bringing our next one. I just want to be really thankful right now for what God has given us, the opportunity to raise our own food and go through this process. You could go to a store and just buy this, or you could go through the process, and it really changes your heart a lot when you're raising animals, when you know this is going to be your food or food for friends and families. So yeah, here's our next one. So here's the next part of the process. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Open the water. And then, dip it in here. A little over a minute, or just about a minute, maybe less. Again, this is 150 degrees. Not sure what that is in Celsius, by the way. All right, let's do this. Some of the feathers are still in here. So what we do is we just hand pick some of these, or hand pluck, I mean. Hand pick, I don't know, maybe you want to hand pick them. Just make sure that you have all the feathers out of here. There'll be a few more that we pluck after a bit, but yeah, here we go. I want to show you how we do this. I'm sure there's different ways of doing this, but this is how we prepare our chicken to to go into the freezer. So these come off pretty easy. Those are great for broth. Tons of collagen in them, so that's where those go. Now over here at the neck, what we do is we work around here and we pull this esophagus and the throat part, we pull that out. There's glands here that I like getting rid of. They could flavor your meat, cause it to be a little bit distasteful. Nothing big, by the way. There's been times where we haven't cleared this out, and honestly, sometimes we can't even tell the difference. So, okay, those are out. Whoop, one more right here. Important thing is not cut your fingers off. That's really important. And then the esophagus. Oh, one more gland right here. Esophagus is back inside. Okay, I think, oh, there it is. What I do is I grab this and I loosen it up, stick my finger in there around it to detach it, so that when I'm pulling from the other end, it comes out really easy, actually. It's still kind of hard. You have to pull on it quite a bit, actually. So, okay, that one's ready. So then, put a little slit about right here. If you do it too high up here, the skin crawls back. So I like keeping it about right there. And maybe a little more. All right, there we go. And start working my fingers in here. Open it up, start working my fingers and detaching all these organs from the lining, from the wall here, and loosening them up. And then what I do is I bring it down here. Now the bunghole is right here, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this is the way I do it. I just stick my hand in here. I start loosening all these ligaments, and I'm not sure what these are called, but it's all this wall that keeps all the organs in their place. And just loosening the heart, the liver, everything in there with my fingers. That's what I'm doing right now, and tearing that little sinew that's holding everything in there. I actually use both hands to make sure I get both sides nice and clear. And start pulling it out. Here we go. Here goes the esophagus. That's what normally keeps it tight in there. There we go. It's coming out. All right. The heart's right there. There it comes. All right. We got it. Here's a heart, by the way. We're going to save those. Make sure all this is clean. It is. All right. And then very carefully on this side, I go down underneath the bunghole and up around. Then I get the other side. Same thing. Act like I've never used a knife before. All right. And we don't process that, so that's good right there. Look inside, make sure I didn't lose any glands or any body parts. That sounds weird. Body parts? How about chicken parts? Chicken body parts. Then I give it a good old rinse. Got some water here. On our farm, we have processed water and non-processed water straight from the well. We just use non-processed water for this. Give a nice little rinse over here as well. All right, this guy's looking good. And now it's gonna go right inside of our vinegar water. It's gonna help clean it up a little bit. Rinse it off really good. And now we're gonna let it chill in some ice water here. Really cold water, by the way. Yeah, so that's our process right there on how we get our chickens prepared after we've plucked them.
Get these packaged up. So this year we're using some shrink bags, which we haven't done before. We've always done vacuum sealing, but we thought we'd try the shrink bags this year. So first we're just going to take them out of the ice water and kind of pat him dry. Don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but I'm going to call him him. And these bags are good for like up to 10 pounds, something like that. So put them in there head first, or head side first. Then we have a silicone straw that we just kind of insert into the cavity to allow some of the air to get out. And just give it a brief little squeeze to get a lot of the air out. And then we are going to set it in some hot water. This is 180 to 195 degrees, and that's going to shrink the plastic down around it. I'm going to put it in there for 5 seconds-ish. And that shrinks the plastic down around the bottom. I'm going to give it a good squeeze, make sure all the air is out as best as we can. Take that out, give it a spin. And they come with these zip ties, so we're zip tying it. And they come out pretty tight. And right into the fridge they'll go in for 24 hours, and then we'll go into the freezer.
Feast your eyes on this beauty. Look at that. Oh yeah. And we have a little bit more down here. Goes all the way back in there. But yeah, we ended up actually harvesting 22. 2 of them didn't make it, but out of the 24 that we started with in the morning, but we have 22. We have 103 pounds, almost 5 pounds per chicken. And this is gonna supply food for our home and for others who also participate with us. All right, Moy from Soriano Farms. This is the process and this is the joy.